Hey, traders. So, welcome. Last week we were picking on the dollar yen, and this week we're going to turn our attention to something completely new. Um, First of all, I want to thank all of you for watching my videos. It looks like I got about 100 people so far that watch my videos fairly actively. And I really want to change my subscription model in the coming days where on the website I'd really like to have some type of service that I could help people make money um, that will allow them to hopefully take my course. Obviously, that's what I want. I'm not going to lie about that. But in the meantime, I also would like to have some type of subscription or service that people who can afford the course can afford and hopefully take it. So I don't want to go into too much about that, but that's kind of where I'm going this week. Now, we're going to do something a little different. Last week was currencies. This week we're going to start to focus on FAANG. Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Google, Netflix, and Nvidia. So I'm going to call it a FAANG. There's an extra couple A and N's in there. So let's do that without further ado. Now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to talk about levels that I'm interested in participating in these assets on. Okay, and we're going to do the broader index as well too. So let's start right at the top here with the QQQ, and you'll notice that there's three lines on my charts. The first line that you're going to notice is the I didn't do the QQQ, so forgive me. We're going to have to get past that. We'll go to the spider. All right. The first line that you're going to notice is where I believe the largest amount of liquidity is, and any red line will be support areas that I want to buy, and any this should actually be Steve. I thought I had all this prepared. Any green line will be areas of support where I want to buy. Any blue line is going to be areas of liquidity that I think I may be interested in buying, but I want to see more of a reaction at and how the market reacts there. So starting right off with the S&P 500, definitely you want to be bullish on this market. You can see the last 30 days or so. The market has been fairly strong. There are sellers in this market, but right now we've kind of broken out to this level, and I want to be remaining bullish on this market, assuming, now again, this is just all technical levels. I'm not going to get into too much fundamentals here. It's just some technical levels. So depending on what happens, this is the level that I'm most interested in buying the spider. If we get back down to this level, I want to see what happens at this liquidity level here, and then we'll have to watch that. So generally the outlook is to be buying the spider, and this is the level I'm most interested in. Moving on to the Dow, I'm going to watch this level carefully. Again, I want to be bullish on the Dow. However, I do think we could have a problem at 233.97, and I might be interested in some very small position shorts at this level. So I've alerted this line right here, and I'm going to wait to see what the data that comes out today is to decide whether or not to participate in it. We have 10 o'clock, we have ISM manufacturing, construction spending, and then we have Kaplan speaking at 2 o'clock a little bit later. So I'm going to see what that means. Potentially this could be an area where I would short. this is the next area of liquidity that if I do take a short, I'd be watching for a retest of this area, and where I want to buy is 221.13ish, 221.18. So that's kind of my thing. Potentially, I'm a long biased on the diamond, but I am potentially interested in a small what I call a probe test size short trade. In other words, I will short it, but with very small size. If the trade ends up working in my favor, I might add to it to go down to this liquidity. If the market gets down here, I would buy it with fairly large size. Okay, looking at the Russell, nearest liquidity that I see is 146.75. I only want to be buying this thing. This thing is super strong. You can see I set up an alert here, 146.53. If we get anywhere near that area today, I am going to be looking for longs on that. Now we'll get into FAANG. We'll start off with Facebook. And Facebook is kind of a mixed picture right now where I'm comfortable shorting it or buying it. If I am going to buy it, I'm going to buy it somewhere around 169.33. Nearest liquidity on it is 168.04 to the downside, and there actually is some liquidity up here that I would be watching at this level here to the top side. So if I do find a long off of 169.34, I'm going to be looking for 173.06, and there's resistance up here around 173.50. And like I said, Facebook, I'm comfortable with shorting it or buying it. I really hope I get a long off of 169.31 to push into that area. However, if we do get up into this area, then I will short it up here. Again, this is a trade with not a lot of big size. What I would start with is about moderate size on this trade. Moving next to Apple. Apple, I'm really mostly interested in shorting Apple right now. And this is the level I'd love to short it at, 156.38. Nearest liquidity is 154.72. There is liquidity on the downside, obviously, that I forgot to mark in. Probably somewhere around this level here. So if I get short at 156.50 or 59, I'd be looking to retest 149.77. So more of a short bias on Apple, and you can see I've set an alert for that because I am very interested in shorting that. Next we'll move to Amazon. And Amazon, again, a bit of a mixed picture here. I'd be very interested in shorting 983.25 if we get to that level. There's some liquidity down here that is interesting. And I think the higher liquidity is gone. I think it looks pretty balanced to me. So I'm sure there's probably, that's about the closest liquidity. Next, we'll move to Netflix. And Netflix, I'm a bit of a long biased on Netflix. I would like to be buying it. I'd buy this level here, but I'd be very aware that there is liquidity here. There's liquidity here. And I'd also sell Netflix at a retest of this level, 185.90. And I'd have to see what happens at that level. There's an open gap here that a bit interesting. So, but if I wanted to be a little bit more on the conservative side, I'd wait for that gap to close and then I'd consider a short. But generally a long bias on Netflix today, hoping to buy off of this level. We'll have to see how that goes. NVIDIA is a bit of a mess. Really not too interested in NVIDIA very much at all. You can see it's been gapping a lot pre and post market. And so I don't like stocks that do this because, you know, you get into these trades, and when they do this type of behavior, you can get caught on the wrong side pretty badly sometimes. So, but I'm going to talk about it because everybody loves NVIDIA. I'd be comfortable shorting 182.71 for a retest of 170.08. And then finally we'll talk about Google. And Google is on my buy list. I've got two levels that I want to buy it. I would consider a small long here as far as position sizing is concerned, 952.41. And I'd consider a fairly aggressive long here at 943.78. Liquidity, this is a liquidity area too, so I'd probably take a bit more size on Google around this level. So there you have it, guys. There's a wrap up of what I am looking at and what I'm going to be watching, you know, for today anyways, as far as the general market and FAANG. I can't call it FAANG because it's two A's and two N's. So FAANG is concerned. Gotta have some fun. It's Monday morning. So we'll come back. We'll take a look at that. And then we'll talk about any trades. So if you guys like this type of analysis each day, and it's something that you could see yourself paying for on a monthly subscription basis, let me know. And it's something that I will do, where every day I'll give you 4 or 5 stocks, general overview of the indexes that I'm watching, and then we'll talk about actual trades. How do you trade those as part of a subscription service? I'm trying to move, like I said, into more of a subscription-based model to my website, where every day you can come in, get ideas, and then go about your day and trade them, and maybe a live Twitter feed when I actually take trades. But we'll come back and I'll do reviews. But that's what I'm watching today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give me feedback, thumbs up. We'll come back just like we did last week on dollar yen. We'll come back and we'll see how we did, and we'll go through any trades that I took. Okay? All right, thank you, or take. All right, thank you, and bye for now.